In Austin, I stalled, paused, my eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Off the mirrors and pit, click, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining and rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom, boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we coming to you on Martin Luther King Day. So first of all, happy Martin Luther King's Day to everybody who's out there and taking the day off and going to the Martin Luther King Jr. parades all over America. I know we have a very cool one that I'm not going to today because I have training my kids. And usually I do take today off, but I did not do it because I have a bunch of young kids that are starting out. And so I need to be with them as much as possible to help them in their early growth stage. So anyway, hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It's gorgeous day. I went out and played some golf this morning, got me 9 holes in. And Drew, I didn't call you because you already had plans to play golf. So I don't want to hear your mouth when you come on air about any of that nonsense if you're coming on today. Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com is what I'm talking about. And, of course, we'll have him on maybe. He's playing golf today. And, he's a Cowboys fan, so who knows what kind of mood he's going to be in. Oh, wait a minute, I know. He's a typical Cowboys fan. They are delusional at this point about how great the Cowboys are going to be and what are they going to do. And so, that being said, my guy, High Stick Harry, as Drew calls, my guy Ben Dillman, and that. So, anyway, let's get right into it. The Thunder had a very good weekend. I was going to do the Thunder. I have a show called After the Storm, which is a Thunder broadcast that we normally do. But on Friday, I went to see my grandson. It was his 9th birthday party. And, of course, his mom had tons of stuff for me to do, so I did not get the chance to do the Unpopular Hour on Friday. Ace! I did not get a chance, the mailman. I did not get a chance to do the Unpopular Hour with my guys on Friday. And then, of course, the games that night I could not do them because I had a prior, more important thing to do, and that is take care of little G and make sure that he was good and had a fantastic birthday, which, of course, we did and he did, and it was a good time. I'm glad I did. But that being said, driving back, missed the game. Thunder game last night, only got there at the end of the game to listen to the end. And this is Thunder beat the the New Jersey Nets. And here's the box score from last night. The Thunder won 112-102, improving to 21-23. The Nets, of course, are 27-15 now, and they were without Kevin Durant. And you can see what the Thunder did. The Nets were 12 for 41 from 3, 42% from the field, 51 rebounds, 46 pips, 15 turnovers, and the Thunder were 12 of 31 from the three-point land, 44% from the field, 50 rebounds, 48 pips, and 8 turnovers. And remember when we lost the other night at the Heat, we had 18 turnovers. I said, we just can't. We have to have 12 to 14 turnovers. We cannot have 18, 19 turnovers and beat any team that's any good. That is not going to happen. The Nets, 47 bench scoring. Oklahoma City, only 27. But the guys that he had, I was like, dude, I just don't. We were winning, and I think ever since that game we lost to the Heat, SGA has just been on a mission. We went to Philly, and SGA went for 37. And after the game, Doc Rivers had to give him a hug and just call him a beast that he is and give him the respect that he deserves and he earned. Uh, so that being said, uh, SGA since then has just said, look, you know what? You can play who you want to as a coach, whatever that nonsense. We're going to win, and I'm going to make sure we win. And that's basically what he's done. He's like, look, you can play this guy, that guy, and play all these guys that, like, they can't. And look, I like our team, but we got guys in there who shouldn't be playing in the league. They should be getting, spurring minutes here and there. But this guy is just, we've got to change, make a change. And I'm finally on board with Randy Wright and my other friends that he has got to go. Or talking about our coach. He's just, anyway, Thunder stats, excuse me for that, by the way. The Thunder ranked fourth in scoring at 116 points a game. And on the other side of that, they're ranked 23rd, giving up 116 points a game. 46% from the field, 43%, 43% for our opponents, which is 46%, which is ranked 11th. So you can see what I did in parentheses here for those of you who are following me on Facebook or YouTube. You can see what I did here as far as putting in parentheses who's doing what where. As far as where we're ranked. 3-point percentage, the Thunder 33%. We're ranked 12th out of 30 teams. And then we're ranked 20th as far as allowing our opponents to shoot 35% from three. We've got to improve on that, and that's something, I talk about all the time, about getting a hand up, getting a hand in their face. Assists, we're ranked 19th, but we're ranked 12th on the defensive side, and that's the thing that's killing us. Defensively, we just have to get better than that. But, we are ranked currently 12th in the West, even though you look at these stats and you can see a majority of it is simply because offensively. We're ranked 12th. We have the same record as the Suns. They're 21 and 23. The Jazz are 22 and 24. And the Lakers are 19 and 24. The Thunders now have a 2-game lead over there. It looks like Drew is falling behind right now when it comes to the commander, Randy Wright, and him and his bet about who's going to have the most wins this year, the Thunder or the Lakers. Points in the paint, Thunder are ranked 4th. A lot of that has to do with SGA because he loves to score in the paint. He's just almost unstoppable going to the basket. But on the other side of that, we're ranked 25th as far as giving up 55 points in the paint. And that's simply because we don't have the two things that we needed to address are shooters and inside presence. Those are two things we've got to address. We did not address those this year. Maybe, I guess, Chet was supposed to be the answer for the middle. We shall see. Assist to turnover ratio, we're ranked 17th as far as us and turnovers. And then we're number 1 in the NBA at 1.4, and that's simply because we're averaging 17 turnovers a game, turning the opposing team over that many. So that's really helping us quite a bit as far as what we're doing as a team, and for us to continue to win. That is something that we're going to have to continue to do, is turn the ball over, because that's how we're getting our points from in transition. Because as I talked about many, many times, long shots equal long rebounds equal what? Transitional points, which equal what? Us getting into the flow of the game, getting some easy baskets. Then once you get into the flow of the game, then it's easy to knock down threes. But our problem as the Thunder, we don't have guys who can shoot, but they think they can, and they keep shooting. And my deal is this: if you're open and you're catching and shooting like Isaiah Joe and Trey Mann, and even Dort, when they're wide open, they catch it, they're usually pretty efficient. But it's when they're trying to do step backs and Dort's trying to take people off the dribble and do all the things that he's just not capable of at this point in his career. Now, has he got better? Somewhat, but he just misses way too many layups, way too many shots, because he gets in a hurry because he's doing something he's never had to do. He's a defensive guy. And so what do you have? You turn into a defensive guy trying to turn him into an offensive guy, which, like I've said many occasions, We need to put a coach that says, okay, here's your role, here's your role, here's your role. Darvin Ham with the Lakers up until the other night, which I still don't know what the hell uh, he was doing when he did that. I was like, what are you doing? I'm talking about Darvin Ham. I still don't know what he was doing. Uh, Sorry about that. My camera went off. I've got to switch out and get me a regular camera because every 30 minutes this camera will turn off. So I have to flip the switch. And that's why it's all off like this, because every time I touch it, it messes up. But anyway, we need a coach that goes, okay, here's your position. This is what you're doing. And that's what we need. And we're just not getting it. He's just not the guy. Not to me. I try to stand by him, but, he's costing us games. It's just like the Miami Heat game. Cost us that game. But still, to me, to this day, is, bro, you have, first of all, Trey Man, you get a transition. We're getting ready to blow them out. Shoot the three in transition. Oh, they'll probably pull you out because they don't really want you shooting threes. But that's a perfect opportunity to come down in transition, 3-on-1, pull up and shoot. Or if he comes out at you, dump it down inside. You got a layup. Instead, you casually dribble across the lane, get the ball knocked away by Oladipo, get a foul for technical impeding the basket, Bowman Uri. And then what do, Coach? They bring in their starter. They bring in Butler. You keep our starters on the bench. They get 2 free throws, the ball out of bounds, hit a 4-point play. Then you call timeout, get your players in. Perfect time to sub right there. But instead, you let them get back in the game. We had a chance to blow them out. I mean, it's just frustrating to me. These are little things that you're an NBA coach. Hell, you're supposed to know this. I just don't understand it. It's very frustrating to me. As somebody who understands the game and sitting there having to watch it, it's brutally frustrating on my side. Uh, I mean, I'll move on. Let's look at some NBA scores right now so we can move on, because I know a lot of you all want to get to the most important thing. And what is it? Talking about NFL this weekend. In NBA scores yesterday, you can see that the Knicks beat the Pistons 117. God, sorry, my nose is just running like crazy right now. You can see that the Knicks beat the Pistons 117-104, and Rockets were beat by the Clippers 100 to 121. Warriors beat the Bulls 132-118, which is about what we had expected to happen. Thunder, of course, nobody saw that coming, even without KD. Thunder 112, Nets 102 on the road. And like I said, we beat Philly and we beat them. So I'm really happy with what the Thunder did on that road trip. I mean, you go beat Philly, you lose to Miami, and then you beat Philly, Chicago, and Brooklyn back to back to back. So we have won 4 out of our last 5, or 5 out of our last 7. So I'm really liking what the Thunder are doing right now. But a lot of it is just SGA just saying, forget this, I'm going to get the W. Kings 132, Spurs 119, the Magic 116, the Nuggets 119. Really loved what I saw from the Nuggets. I mean, they are rolling right now. They are a tough team to beat, and the Nuggets are right now leading the West at a 30-13 clip. The Grizzlies are second at 29-13. Pelicans 26-17, and those pesky Kings are right in there at 24-18. And who's surprising me is the Magic. The Mavericks. Even though they're on a losing streak, they seem to be right there in it. Just unbelievable to me. Mavs 123. You see right there where they lost to the Blazers, 123-140. Sixers. That Laker game last night. I thought Drew would be on today to talk. My guy Drew Henthorne, Husker Drew Picks.com, to talk about that. It was just, it was absolutely brutal. I mean, it was brutal. It really was. I mean, that was a hard game. That was a hard game. I mean, Russell, what are you doing? Dribble. Don't even get a shot off, looking for a foul against Embiid. LeBron won the ball. And once again, Russell is Russell. I know all you people love the guy, even though those of you who seem to love basketball and seem to have some sort of knowledge of it, still liking the guy, and I'm just like, what are you seeing? But it's kind of like, doesn't matter what you say, you're dug in, and nobody can give you all the proof in the world, and you still. They'll just like that. You can be peeing on your head, and you're like, oh my God, it's raining. Now somebody's pissing on top of you. That's what's going on. But that is Russell Westbrook fans. They just don't get it. Then, of course, in today's games, the Celtics smashed the Hornets 130 to 118 in Charlotte. In the other games, the Pacers and the Bucks. Pacers are up 7 right now on the Bucks in Milwaukee with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. The Raptors 14-10 over the Knicks in MSG at the end of the first quarter. And then, of course, the Wizards and the Warriors right now, 12-9. Game just really is halfway through the first quarter. And then last today is the Pelicans and the Cavaliers. Of course, you got all these games going on today because it is what? Martin Luther King Day, MLK Day, and that's the reason why you have a lot of the things that you have right now. And then in Big 12, and Big 12 scores in basketball, because Big 12 is ramping up. Texas Tech losing to Texas at Texas, 72-70, and I saw that game, and excuse me, I was watching that game, and what a good game it was. I thought Tech should have won, but Texas held them off. It was a great, great game. Iowa State and KU. Boy, Iowa State gave KU all they wanted there in Lawrence. They're at Allen Fieldhouse, but the KU prevailing 62-60. OSU, once again, falling again on the road. We just can't seem to get anything done on the road, losing 16 to Baylor. We just can't score. That's our deal. But we do have the 7th-ranked recruiting class coming in next year, so that should help Coach Boynton and us do more with that. Kansas State getting spanked by TCU at TCU by 22, 60-82. TCU's just continually to get better. K-State is the 12th-ranked team in the country. I don't know if they still will be at the end of the day. West Virginia, 76, OU 77 in Norman. OU, great job by the Sooners getting that W. I was really worried about whether they were going to get it done or not, but they came through and handled business, beating TC or West Virginia by 1. So when we look at the current standings of the Big 12, you can see KU is now on top, 5-0, 16-1 overall. Kansas State is 4-1, 15-2 overall. Texas 4-1 in the conference, 15-2 as well. Iowa State, of course, their only loss just coming to KU, 4-1. They're 13-3. TCU 3-2, 14-3 overall. Baylor starting to come back in. They're starting to get back up there, getting their groove. 2-3, 12-5 overall. OU 2-3, 11-7, and of course Oklahoma State having a tough schedule at the beginning of this. 1-4 and 9-8. The only team in the Big 12 that does not have double-digit victories, even though they should, because I believe they lost a couple of games that they should have won. I got Randy Wright of YNB, and I had a discussion about that last week, how frustrated we are with that. West Virginia 0-5, 10-7. Even though they've been in games, they really haven't been blown out. I mean, they're just losing these coast games, kind of like what they did to OU on Saturday. You got to figure out a way to win and win close games. And you can say the same thing with the Vikings. They were crazily winning all these crazy games, and they get into a tough game in the playoffs and close. What happens? The streak got broken. Texas Tech rounded it out at 0-5 in the conference play, 10-7 overall. So now let's go ahead and take a quick break and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. We appreciate everything that they do for us as far as getting the show up and running and making sure maintain it. SRB, my guy Mark Long, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the dude for that. Oak Grove Trucking, Jose Fierro is ready to go. If you got any rocks or dirt that need to be moved, he is the dude. And, of course, Greg and Max Nafee, my guys, always supporting everything I do. Last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. Oh, and if you can pre-qualify online, at you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. And that's for any personal or business loans. And you can do www.ynbok.com. Just go online, get all your stuff done, then go in and see Joe Horn or Nathan Taylor or Carson Wright. Or you can go in and see Randy Nim. Probably not him. But anyway, hey, go in and get all your stuff done. Get online, walk in. All you got to do is sign your paper, sign your name, get your check, or have it deposited into your account. If you're already banking there like I am, you can already just go ahead and do that. Makes your life easy. And of course, they have a bunch of different locations. It's not like you have to drive all the way to the main bank there in Yukon. You can do other locations, which of course my location that I tend to go to is the one at Peoples, which is 6200 Northwest 63rd. That's the one I always attend, and that's in Bethany. You can contact them at 405-495-4511, or you can go to the one on Yukon Parkway. That's right off I-40 and Garth Brooks Boulevard. They're right next to the hospital. YNB Mustang, which is right there off I want to say 66. I believe that's where that's at off Yukon Parkway. Well, I said I did Mustang, didn't I? That's the one in Mustang. I always get confused because Mustang Road used to run through Mustang, through Yukon. Now, of course, it's the Yukon Parkway, which is YMB East. Sorry, guys, messed that up for y'all. Or you can go to the one in Mustang, and of course, there's the main bank. And then we also appreciate YMB because guess what? They are. God, I'm sorry, this weather just beat me up being out there on the golf course today. This weather's just that dirt, they mowed and dirt. I mean, the grass is blowing up everywhere. But anyway, YNB want to thank them because they sponsor us for going out for our minority, black, and women-owned business remotes. So we appreciate them doing that for us, and their sponsorship. Could not have done it without them. So I guess our guy Drew is not going to make it today because clearly he's having fun on the golf course and he's clearly not going to be on. So I'll just go ahead and go through his deal. And I think my guy Ben Dillman of High Stick Harry, I guess is what Drew calls him. Is that you, High Stick?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Yeah, I guess you and I are going to have to combine to do Drew's deal since he's too busy playing golf and having fun on the golf course.
Let's do it. I might go squeeze me a few holes in after this.
Oh, really? Oh, so you're
Yep.
doing the same thing. Oh, wait a minute. I already
After
played
this.
that. I got 9 holes in this morning, so I can't really say
There you
anything.
go. Good for you.
Yeah, I went to James Stewart right there, that 9-hole golf course right there by Douglas.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, went over there and got 9 holes in real quick. Anyway,
Perfect.
Lakers, -5 is who he's got tonight. Of course, the Lakers are playing the late
They've been
game
playing all
against
right.
the Rockets. Well, last night, I don't know if you saw that, Russell Westbrook, too.
Yeah, I saw
What are
that. They
you
lost that
doing?
one. That was not good.
Dude, did you see that when he was driving line and tried to throw a no-look pass and threw it into the stands?
I mean, yeah, he can hardly make a pass looking these days. He needs to figure that out.
I was like, Ben, I have never seen that. I've never seen a guy right there and throw the ball into the stands. It wasn't even on the same. I don't think Kareem
Wavelength,
Abdul-Jabbar.
nothing.
I don't know anybody that tall. It was
Makes you
unbelievable.
surprised just about every damn person in the arena.
Yeah, LeBron just looked at him like, what?
Like, I traded the farm for this.
But you know what though? My problem with LeBron is he made the little cryptic tweet about, it's the Lakers. Dude, this is your team. This is your fault. You wanted Westbrook. The Lakers didn't ask Westbrook. You wanted him. You wanted Carmelo. You didn't want to play with young guys. Now all of a sudden it's going south, and you want out. And then I
You
saw
need
him
some of
throwing.
those cheaper contracts if you're going to compete.
Yeah, did you see him doing the hook shot last night?
Okay.
Kareem. I'm like, really? Is that what you're doing right now, dude?
Good luck.
He's just. Anyway, T-Wolves -2 is who he has, and the T-Wolves are at 3 o'clock today against the Jazz at home. So he's taking them, and then the Suns and Grizzlies over 229. Huh? That ought to be interesting. Because Ja right now, did you see that dunk he had last night?
Yeah, that was nasty.
Oh, He's nasty, dude. He's just
So
nasty.
sick.
Oh, yes. Golden State -3. I don't see them doing a whole lot, but, whatever. Then,
Yep.
of course, the Bucks right now, -6, and they're up 7 with 3 minutes to go or 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. They are up 7 over the Pacers. Now, college basketball is started again. You got Syracuse +7, Purdue -3. Then, of course, the biggie is tonight. Are you excited about it? Cowboys, he's got -3, and then he's taking the under 45.5. What do you think, Ben?
Ooh, I mean, I know he's going to stick with those Cowboys. I could never bet against Gretzky, or not Gretzky, sorry, friggin' Brady. I don't know why I said Gretzky, but I do like the under call there. Because if Brady's going to hit, he's going to hit, and that means that I feel like it's going to be one or the other. One of those teams are going to really have a go here, and I think one of them are just really going to stink it up. So I do like the under call there. I don't think both offenses are going to be flying back and forth like a lot of people think they will be, but it should be interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then on top of that, he's got his center back, so that's going to help out immensely for him. They're kind of getting healthy, even though Dallas
Yeah,
should smash
Jensen.
them. Yeah, that Dallas should smash them. But bro, he's Kirk Cousins to me. Ben, he's Kirk Cousins to me.
I know Dak is just not
He's
not
Kirk
living up to
Cousins
what
to me.
you.
I'm sorry, that's who he is to me. When the big moments come, he shrinks. I mean, the thing of Kirk Cousins has always been he's going to put up good numbers, but when you got to have him, he ain't nowhere to be found. And Kirk Cousins had a look. Ben, can you ask this question? How on fourth down do you throw it six? And you got to pick up what was it, 12, 13,
I believe,
and
I
you
believe
throw it
it, yeah,
six
I believe
yards?
it, yep.
Uh, can you answer that for me, Ben?
No, I have zero idea why that would even be a thought that goes on in your head. Just because you know what you got to get, you know how different, you played this, play out 100 times in practice and everything over the whole entire year, and then you come up with an egg like that. I just don't understand it.
Well, I mean, I know you have pressure on you, but dude, you have to at least
Everybody's got
throw
pressure on them.
throw a
Defense has pressure
pick.
on them too.
Throw a pick at least that I'm trying to make a play. Dude, I mean, you're under pressure. People can go, oh well, he was under pressure. He knew he had to get it past the first down sticker. I mean, yardage. I didn't understand that one. I really just did not get it. So I just anyway,
Been
Dak
making
is done.
bonehead plays.
Yep. So anyway, in NFL scores, man, I tell you what, you had the Seahawks and the Niners. And what'd you think of that? I know you watched the game.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that one. I mean, Geno's is closed for summer. See him in the
Wait, wait,
fall.
wait, wait. What? What? What'd you say? This
I said
summer?
Geno's is closed for the summer. They'll be
Ben,
back.
y'all need to let it go, bro. Y'all
They'll be
really need
back.
to let it go, dude. Let it go. Ben, it's over.
I know.
You're just
I
saying to the
know.
summer, right? He's gonna
Yeah,
come back.
yeah, just for the summer. They'll be back seasonal. Just like, like they live on a ski resort. It's like,
It's
that kind of
seasonal.
thing. But no, I
A
mean,
pizza
Brock
place.
Purdy, but do what?
So it's seasonal because it's pizza. So pizza's only available at Geno's during football season.
Yeah, just football season. So they close down for the summer. There's no need. We'll open
Un,
back up after. They
un,
made the playoffs. Good for Geno.
Unbelievable. You're actually going with that, and you really think that you can do that. Anyway,
Yeah.
Chargers and the Jaguars. Okay. Does he keep his job, Ben?
I don't
They're
know.
meeting right
I think
now.
right now, I think as of right now, I think he keeps his
The
job
the
just because they
the,
made the playoffs,
the
but
ownership and
also because
everybody's meeting right
team
now.
team was depleted. They had some injuries. I mean, so they weren't 100%. So I mean, that's the only thing that I think they have going for them. But that comeback, you really just can't have that happen. I mean, but Lawrence, like resilience out of that kid. Friggin' 4 touchdowns in the second
Ben,
half.
you're up
Four
27-0.
4 picks in the first half, 4 touchdowns in the second half. Then did you see he went to Waffle House right after?
Yeah, I saw that with the wife and his boys.
Yeah, he just went and cruised in there. He's like, we're about to go smack some waffles out.
The
Get me
Waffle
in
House,
here.
Waffle House is it's a I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing place in the world, but they
No.
got some pretty good food.
Oh yeah, that flat top is seasoned.
Is that your favorite?
If I'm going to I like it over like IHOP and stuff like that. Yeah, and I like it over Denny's. I like it over all those.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Except that when you and your boy go to breakfast at 2 in the morning and your tab is $38.
That's something else. You must have done something wrong there.
I think we paid for the cops.
There you go. If there's not a fight or somebody smoking a cigarette in the back, or maybe or the chef stirring the eggs with their finger, then you're at the wrong place.
Yeah, the cops looked at me and my guy Mark Long. We walked in. And it wasn't the best neighborhood in the world that we were in, first of all.
Yeah.
And these cops looked at us like, okay, you two clearly don't live over in this area.
You're not from here.
You are not from this area.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, so I think we paid for their breakfast, which is why it was so much.
There you go.
Dolphins and the Bills. How lucky are the freaking Bills, dude?
Man, they got lucky, but I mean, they still took care of business. That's all you got to do. Josh Allen, 2 massive picks, still had 3 touchdowns, still over 350 yards. And that tight end has been a game changer for them the last 5 weeks. When they needed a catch in the red zone, Dawson Knox, it's 5 straight games with a touchdown for him. He's on fire right now. But then Cole Beasley got himself a touchdown. I like seeing that. But, the Dolphins, they didn't stand a chance. They had banged up Tyreek Hill, inconsistent, Jalen Waddle, tough with Thompson being back there. I mean, even if they would have been able to play Teddy, I would have liked that better. But
they got the most out of what they could get. But
not a knock on Thompson. He kind of jumped into a shit sandwich there. So, but I think he played all right for what he was given. But that's about it.
Yeah, we saw the deal. Talked to everyone. Leslie saw the show. Sean Payton, he goes, what he used to do, he said, which is interesting, Ben, I don't know if you know this. He was talking about how back in the day, what happens is you have a guy next to you and saying, okay, first down unit, go in, whatever, first down package, whatever, versus fourth down package. And so when he would say, okay, we thought we got the first down and they marked it short, Sean would go, hey, can we get a measurement on that? And today the NFL won't let him do it anymore.
Yeah, so he'd do that to give himself another 30 seconds to get a play
call.
Yes,
and then you can turn around and you can do that. But
they have
the
to run
NFL,
the chain team out.
NFL took that away.
And I know they put chips in the ball. From what I didn't know that they actually put them in there, because I don't know if you heard about that, but in the Ravens Bengals game on that whenever Huntley was reaching the ball over the
what was he doing? He was too far away.
He was way too far, I know, and they said that then the NFL came out and said the chip in the ball said that he was 1.5 feet away from the goal line. And then they're like, wait, what do you mean? Do you guys have chips in the ball? When did you guys put chips in the ball? So all these guys now are raising their hands like, you guys didn't even tell us that there was going to be – I mean, they might have, but all these people are freaking out right now.
I don't think they told them.
I don't think so either. So you came out and said that, and it's like, uh-oh. Put your foot in your mouth. Come on.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I don't mind the chip being in the ball, because all that tells me is that –
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Now they can go, okay, here's the line. It's already computerized and measured. So if it hit the line, it would tell us.
Well, they also said that those chips, they don't get the information from that until after the game. So they do nothing for the game at the time. They just prove the referees wrong, which is kind of shitty.
Oh, okay.
They said they can't just get the information right then and there.
Which we don't. They could. They just.
That's just what they said. Yeah, they're like, we can't get it right then and there. We found this out after the game that he was that close.
Tell me you can't write a software package or write a little algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you.
That.
I'm with you.
Come on now. I don't believe that for a second. And then, of course, the Giants and the Vikings, as we talked about.
Kirky choke Cousins.
Dude.
Gosh.
And they're getting ready to pay him $50 million.
I know. But
I'm sorry, dude.
Daniel Jones might have just played himself into a massive contract with that. Just even one win. One win, I mean, he went for 302 yards and I think it was 2 touchdowns, 24, 35, and 75 plus rushing.
Yeah, the problem is his 2 biggest games were against the Vikings.
Yep. Well, the playoff win, that means a lot.
I think what's going to happen is it depends on if he plays the same game against – who do they play? Let me see. Let me pull up and I'll get back to this. Let me pull up the bracket, the playoff bracket. Okay, the Giants play the Eagles. So if he does that against the Eagles, then, Ben, I can kind of I may be able to give him that. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know if I
Yeah,
can.
I think if he has no turnovers, goes for a couple touchdowns, and has a pretty good percentage like that, maybe rushes for another 50. I think, and if they lose and they come up pretty close, I think he's going to get something because I think if he protects the program, the football, if he protects that football and makes sure there's no turnovers on his end, if say the running backs might turn some over or something like that, maybe there's some special teams issues, and that's why the Eagles win. I think that he will get an extension. I think it might be a pretty hefty one too. But
Well, they
I
didn't. The
mean,
funny thing is, this was his audition year because they did not extend him.
yeah, yep, because they
They,
could have extended him off his rookie contract, and they could have got him for cheap for another year, but
yeah.
they decided to wait because they didn't think he'd work out, and now he ended up shoving it in their face, and he won a game. I think that's the problem is that he won the game. If he'd have lost, they could have easily just dumped him, or maybe try and give him a shit contract. But I think with him getting that win, that's big. And Saquon, he didn't rush for very much, but he still had 2 touchdowns.
Well,
And
Saquon, they
then
got to pay him too.
I know that's what I'm saying. So they got to figure this stuff out
Yeah.
because I know that they have that wide receiver. Is it Galladay or Galloway that has like a massive? He has like one of the highest contracts in the NFL, and he hasn't caught. I mean, their tight ends have more catches than he does.
2 passes.
Which that was just a terrible contract.
Terrible contract.
Then,
but that was the previous regime. Remember?
Yeah, but
that
still,
wasn't Brian.
They still got to deal with it.
Yes, they do.
That sucks, and I don't know if you can cut them for cheaper. Like they've talked about.
Well, you have to restructure. They're gonna restructure.
I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't restructure it. But like, no, you guys signed me for that.
No, when you restructure, they just give you a bigger signing bonus
up front. Yeah, they just say, here you go, and we're just going to take a cap hit.
Yeah. You take a smaller cap hit, and then what you do instead of paying all that money, you give him the signing bonus, and that lowers his contract. But he still gets his money. He doesn't. Yeah, you don't lose. Yeah, you don't lose any money. You just get more money up front. Like, what was it? I think in 2 years the Chiefs owe Mahomes $60 million.
Yeah, but they'll restructure that.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to restructure because I like Patrick Mahomes, but bro, $60 million. I'm not saying you're worth $60 million.
Kelsey's restructured his contract and just taking big old paychecks up front.
That's what they do.
I think he's done it 2 or 3 times now.
Why wouldn't he? I mean, you get your money up front.
Especially keep that team around you.
Give me my money.
Give
me my. That's why Mahomes took less money to keep the team, and then Josh Allen took less money. Because his contract, remember how most quarterbacks, whoever the next quarterback is, you get the next money. Well, Mahomes signed before Josh Allen, and Josh Allen took less money than Mahomes did.
And before Deshaun Watson.
And yes, and then Deshaun took all that money, and all these guys come in and taking all that money.
And now Lamar's going to want that too.
Well, the problem is Lamar wants it, and that's not going to happen. Nobody, you've missed 10 games in 2 years.
That rolls into this next one, right? So. The Ravens lost to the Bengals. Yes. So, Ravens lost 17-24 to the Bengals.
Right.
What did you think about Lamar not even going on the team play? He didn't even go to the game. He didn't even show up.
My understanding is I think he has not gone to any away games.
No, but that doesn't matter. It's the playoffs.
No. Because he's getting treatment. So, if you haven't been, you haven't been. So, I think that's – and
I just disagree.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, man.
I know we've all been doing that all year, though.
Yeah,
we've been doing that all year. We've been trying to give him the benefit of the doubt all year. I'm just saying, like, when
you're a Ravens fan, though. You're a Ravens fan too.
I know, but if you're also a team player, you go show up with your team. I don't care. Like, it might be the last game, but you go
for
there
the playoffs.
And support your.
You're saying for the playoffs. During the season, maybe not, but playoffs for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. I'm not saying that you're going to play. Just go be there. Just go be a leader. Because if that's what you are, go be a leader. Because if not, everybody's looking around the room looking for somebody else to step up, and there might not be somebody else there to step up at the moment.
Well,
you just got to go be there to support your brothers. Like, and I understand, when you do fly, like, your swelling on your feet can go up and stuff. Like, I get that. Like, and I know it's not good for injuries, but like, I know he might just be doing rehab, like, which I know rehab is tough.
What he is. He's doing rehab.
Tough SOB. You know what I mean? Like, that shit sucks.
I know. Been there.
So that's what I'm saying. So, like, I know that stuff sucks, but also you're in the playoffs. You're playing against a divisional rival. I mean, just go be there, raise your arm with your fellas and just be there. I think that's just a bigger message than anything, saying that, I like being a Raven. I like being here. This is who I support. I just think him not going was kind of weak, especially whenever they're not that far travel wise. It's not like they're flying LA to New York or anything like that. They're right. I mean, it's right there.
Yeah. Cleveland and Baltimore are not far apart.
Yeah, so I mean, he could have even drove to be very supportive. I mean, things like that. I just think that
There's a
there's a lot of
disconnect.
different things.
There's a disconnect
Yeah,
between him and the team. I mean, him and the
exactly.
ownership,
And
no
that's
doubt,
and
right
now
now.
it's definitely being affected. I mean, and Huntley didn't do too bad. I mean, he
He
had more
played
yards and
really
more
good.
touchdowns. Yeah,
He
more
played
yards
really
and more
good.
touchdowns than Burrow, but I mean, he had more picks as well. So I mean
Well,
and Burrow had a quiet game. He hardly had over 200 yards. So
that's because they had just played him the week before.
yeah, no,
they
they had
knew
the
they
book
knew
on him.
exactly what he could and could not do. Plus, they
Yeah,
missing two offensive linemen, which means he gets rid of the ball faster than he normally would. So,
yep.
we'll see how that plays out. But I just think that when I'm looking at the games this week, man, and like tonight is gonna really we'll know a lot more tonight, right after tonight's game.
Yep.
But which the Cowboys, the Bucks, the Buccaneers are +2.5. But I think Drew put him in there. What did he have two? He
He got him
always
at, he got, I
buys
think,
that.
no, he got him at 3 at the beginning of the week.
Oh, he did. Yeah, that's what he had in there, wasn't it?
-3, or
Yeah,
+3 for or -3 for the Cowboys. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, the thing has 2.5. Then of course Saturday you have the Jaguars at the Chiefs. I saw this deal. Do you know Trevor Lawrence has never lost a game on a Saturday in his life?
No, I didn't know that, but also that's a scary game if you're the Chiefs.
Well, the problem with me, like the problem with anybody is Andy Reid's record after a bye is ridiculous, dude. It's
Yeah,
like
no.
it's insane. But the problem with the Jaguars is, to me, that was a huge emotional game for them. Can you come back up the next week and be that high again? And on top of that, to me, the Chiefs are on a mission right now. The Chiefs are on a mission.
Yeah, I think they feel disrespected that they haven't
Oh,
been
there's
up
no
there the last.
question. There's no question they feel disrespected. And to be honest, I think they want the Bengals more than they want the Bills.
I think so too. I think they want to smack them in the
I
mouth and
think they do.
show them who.
what did Joe Mixon say? We're the beasts of the AFC or something like that.
Yeah,
And you
he said
almost get beat.
we're the dogs or something like that. I forget
The
what he
big
said.
dogs, yeah, dude. You almost got
Yeah.
beat. You should have. Y'all should have got beat by the Ravens because if he scores that touchdown, they're up
Oof.
24-17, and then they drove down again and would have put them away. So, but anyway, that being said, Chiefs -8.5, bro.
That's so many points in
That's a
the
lot of
playoffs
points,
this
man.
far in.
But that's
Eight
just
and a
that.
half.
That's 8.5
That's
right now.
that's a Jag. I mean, I like the Jags right there. -8.5 is so many
That's
points.
a lot of points, man. That's a lot of points. Then of course the Giants at the Eagles. The Eagles are -7.5 on
See,
Saturday.
man. See, I
Don't you
would
think
think
it's a
that
lot?
those spreads would almost be opposite.
You don't think
You know what
you?
I mean? I would think the Eagles might be favored by more just because they've taken care of the Giants pretty well.
It's a week, but they've had a whole week off to heal, but they're still not completely healthy. So uh, a lot of it's going to depend on whether Lane Johnson plays or not. I think because
He said he's playing.
did he?
Yep, I saw him come out. He said he's playing. They said he's gonna wrap it up as tight as he can. He's playing. He's like, I don't give. He said he don't give a shit. He's gonna be out there.
Dude, he's a
But I mean,
beast. He is an
he's
absolute beast.
yeah. But I mean, the only thing is the Eagles have beat the Giants. The two times they played this year.
Yeah,
So one time was a spanking, and the other time was just the other week. So they're playing back to back, just kind of like the Ravens and Bengals were.
did. Yeah,
So the Giants might have the book on them a little bit, and they only lost by 6? They only lost by 6 the last time they played.
Well, we're going to see how well he plays this time around too. So we'll see what happens with Jones, because if Jones gets them past the Eagles, I think they give him the contract. If he doesn't,
Yeah, I think he's going to get I think he's right now. He already has. He's going to get a contract offer. He might want to play the field and maybe go somewhere else. But I think he already played himself into an offer. And if he beats the Eagles right here, he's going to be making some big money next year.
He'll be at $40 million next year without a win.
They'll pay him some money.
Yeah, pay him some money. And then of course Sunday you have the Bengals against the Bills. That's a -4 at this point.
And that's at the Bills, right?
Yep.
I wasn't impressed with the Bengals this last week. I mean,
I wasn't impressed with either one of them.
I know they just played the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, the Bills still came out. I mean, they got business done. I felt like the Bengals that kind of fell into their lap the win, because that play at the end, that touchdown, that fell into their lap. That should have been at least an overtime game.
That's a 14-point swing.
I don't think they deserve to win. I think the Ravens pretty much had anybody else out there. Like if they would have done anything else on that play, even just thrown it away, they gotten a field, anything, there would have been a totally different outcome. So I really do think that the Bills will. I think they're going to beat the crap out of them, to be honest. But I'm not sure. I think I consider it about double digits. I would take them.
Yep, I agree. Then of course the Niners. Who knows? Well, who do you like
Doesn't
tonight?
matter.
Who do you like?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Tonight, I mean, I like the Cowboys to win it, but if you're taking the points, I think it's going to be close. So, like, if you got it at 3 or 3.5 for the Bucks, then I'll take that. But that's only the hook. If you get it at 2.5, then I would still take the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's kind of the hook. That 3-point hook is going to be the difference for me. I think the Cowboys will win, but I would never bet against Tom Brady. I'm not going to take a bet tonight on anything. I would never bet against him just because I've been burned so many times, and I'm still pretty young, and I've been burned by him so many damn times. I ain't doing it again.
You're not going to take a chance?
No, I've taken too many chances against him.
Ben, come on, man.
No, but I'm saying I would take the Cowboys if you're going to bet. If you're a betting man, I would take the Cowboys. So that'd be me.
But you're not betting against Tom Brady.
Nope. Not doing it.
Ben.
Not doing it.
You seriously not?
No, because I could see Dak going over there and just fumbling the ball 3 times in the first 5 possessions or throwing 2 picks, and then Buccaneers get 5 chances there in the first half. I mean, yeah, they're going to be up 14-0. So that's the only reason why I don't trust Dak at the moment. I think that's my biggest. If Dak was playing like he was a couple weeks ago, right when he came off injury and just lights out, then I'd take him right now. But his last couple of weeks, I don't like it. So I would never. I'm not going to take a bet because I can't trust either of these quarterbacks. Yep. Tom might come out and throw 3 picks as well. So I mean, there's too much, too close to call for me.
Yep. And then of course, in horrible news, Darius Miles was sentenced. I was charged.
Yeah,
dude.
Saw that.
I think his buddy is the one that pulled the trigger since he's the one that got shot. Because if you're going to shoot at somebody, you usually shoot at the person that's shooting at you. So.
Yep.
That's kind of what happened with that. But I don't know if you saw you sent a video of him crying. Dude, your life's over. Just because you had one of your homies come there who has a gun. I don't get it, man. What are you doing? These guys, when you leave the hood, keep the hood at the hood. You got to stay away from these guys, man. I mean, his life is over with.
Yep.
It's over.
Dude, all way.
It's gone. His life is over. As we know it. I mean, absolutely.
We've all been there too, and you got like a friend that you're like, "What is that?" in the car with you, like that kind of. You're like, "Holy crap!" Like, I got to get out of here. I mean, that's all. I mean, you're always like, "What is?" Whether if it's an open container or something, like at any time in our lives, there's always been something where we're like, "Holy crap, we got to get out of the situation." He should have he should have got his butt out of there. But
Drew and I were talking about that. We have a friend that, dude, you just can't be around him, man. You're like, no, you live too dangerous, bro.
A loose cannon, yeah.
You can't take a chance on him, man. It's just scary.
Yeah, I got a couple buddies like that, and you love them, and you wish the best for them, but you can't be the one to be around them.
No, you can't. You
got too much to lose.
Yep. In NHL scores, the Canadiens 2-1 over the Rangers yesterday.
Yep, Rangers should have won that game. I mean, they just couldn't put a puck in on the Canadiens. Canadiens goalie had 38 saves, so I mean he showed 38. Up for him. So the Rangers. Yeah, 38 he saved 38 out of 39 shots. So I mean, when they're doing that, there's nothing you can do.
No, there's not. And then the Nucks in a shootout over the Canes.
Yep, Canes got a big important point last night. In NHL they get a point for the shootout or overtime, even if you lose, so you at least still get one. So that was big on this playoff run. The Canucks are trying to catch the Blues right now, and also the Avs. So they're trying to make a run. If they can make a run, they can still catch the playoffs. But if not, they're going to be stuck there, just right outside the bubble.
Yep, and then the Yotes losing to the Jets 2-1.
Yep, there should have been point night for the Jets, but they've been on a little bit of a snide lately. But they just passed the Stars up for first in that playoff or first in the division there. So and the Stars play today, so hopefully they can get those points back.
Yeah, my Stars, we need one.
What? Yep.
Yeah, we play
there's
today
a couple finals.
Yep, I was going to say we're doing the final. Right now, the Panthers beat the Sabres 4-1.
Yep. Panthers finally took care of business. They're on the bubble, on the bubble right now. If they scrape together a few wins here and there, that'd be big for them. The Sabres are as well, so that's a big loss for. It's a big game. So
now, do we have to talk about your Bruins? I mean, it's
the only thing
6-0, bro.
I just want to give. just want to throw some flowers at David Krejci. It was his 1,000th game today, so he got his silver stick before the game, and then I'm sure the boys got him a nice watch and maybe some golf, out in Ireland, something like that. They did something for him big. So 6-0, but a big win.
Oh, speaking of golf, I was at Jaden's party this weekend. Talked to a guy. He's from Scotland and from Ireland, excuse me. And he was sitting there talking about golf. And do you know they don't drink on the golf course at all over there?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he asked me, he goes, why do you Americans drink? I said, because it's a social thing for us. He goes, no, it's that you don't drink over there. That's why they came up with the 19th hole. You drink after the thing. You do not drink while you're playing golf. Is that interesting?
No, I've heard totally different. So in Scotland, like where
this is
golf,
Ireland.
So
Ireland, not Scotland.
So my bad.
Remember two totally different things.
They said that the reason why it's 18 holes is because that's how long it took them to drink a bottle of scotch. So and that's why it was men's only. So that's why all the courses were men's only for 100 years or so. Women weren't allowed to play golf. So the reason why it was like literally 18 holes is because it took them 18 holes to drink a bottle. So that's literally why they made that many holes.
Originally set up that way?
Yeah, I've seen that multiple times and read it off of multiple platforms. I know that's.
He was just telling
me. So they might not drink nowadays, but back then it was to get away from their wives, and they'd go drink a whole bottle of scotch.
No, hey, don't say that too loud. Your wife is listening.
Oh, no, I know. That's what she knows. That's why I go play around.
She probably wants away from you too, though, right?
Exactly.
And that always works. That's how it always works. Now we love us some Kylie. Then of course the Avalanche 1-0 after the first quarter, and of course you didn't know first period. Of course you don't know because you've been on the thing with me, so you have no idea.
I've been refreshing my page here. The Avs need these points. They're struggling right now because they're trying to catch they're trying to keep up with the Oilers right now and the Flames. And you wouldn't think the defending Stanley Cup champions would be in this predicament, but they are on the cups of not making even the playoffs right now. They just need it. Yeah, they need to beat up the Red Wings. They need to beat up these next couple teams they play. If they can do that and string together another 4 or 5 wins, they're really. They're playing like absolute dog shit right now. So hopefully they can turn around. But they got a tough schedule coming up. They got all playoff teams except for one in the next 4 games. So they're gonna have to really get it together.
Aren't they right there on that deal now where it's almost halfway of the season?
Yep, they're right after it now. So they're running out of more time and more time. Oh. So like right now, if I'm looking at it on the West side, so they only have 45 points. So they take the top 8 teams from the West. So there's 3 teams ahead of them in the Central Division. And then there's 5 teams ahead of them in the Pacific Division. So they would be out right now. If the playoffs started today, the Avalanche would be out of the playoffs. And the Avalanche are tied with the Blues. So this is kind of the Oilers and the Flames are both at 51 points. And then you got the Avalanche and the Blues both at 45 points. So whichever of those teams come out on top, they will take the top 2.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, so they take the top 3 teams from each division, and then they have 4 spots, then they have the other 2 spots to fill. So whether if it's from one division or the other. So right now, the Pacific Division would have 5 teams, and the Central Division will only have 3 teams. So it's a little different than
that makes it more even, though, doesn't it?
Correct. Yeah, because you still play every team, but like if the division is better than the other one, like the Pacific Division, they have so many teams with so many more points. So that's why you put those teams in there because they've earned it. They've had more wins, have a better winning percentage. That's just the way at the hockey, the way they do it.
I like that. So then, I like that better, though, man.
Same thing. And then, like in the East, you'd have 5 teams right now out of the Metropolitan Division, and you only have 3 out of the Atlantic. So it would be the same thing. Which usually it's 4-4 almost every year. It's always been 4-4, but now this year it's just a little lopsided.
You know what I was thinking? What we should do is we should do the show live from Drew's tonight.
Maybe even for like halftime.
Yeah, do a halftime deal. Yeah.
Hit him up. See if he wants to.
He ain't gonna do that, man.
He'll be too juiced.
Yeah. Well, he's playing golf, so.
Oh yeah, he'll be in his emotions too at the game.
Oh, he'll be way in his emotions then. Yeah, we couldn't get anything done. So,
We could set one up maybe for next week during one of the football games.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I think that would have been funny.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That would be
I like
him.
that
So.
idea.
But anyway, brother, well, I'll see you and Kai tonight at the game. I'm getting ready to go so I can beat up these kids, man. And
For sure, brother.
And I will see you. I'll see you later this evening.
All right, buddy. You have a good one. Cheers,
all right, bro. Appreciate you. That was my guy Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry, as Drew calls him, our hockey guy. He is the man. Love me some Ben Dillman and what he brings to the table. A whole new thing for us as far as hockey is concerned. So I'm excited about that. So that being said, I'm hoping everybody has a fantastic day. If you hadn't played golf today, go get some. Go get 18 in. Go get 9 in. Go play some golf and enjoy this beautiful Oklahoma weather here in the middle of January. And remember, happy Martin Luther King Day. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic one. Go to the parade. If you don't have anything else to do, hey, go to the parade and see the Martin Luther King parade. It's a fun thing. Take your kids. They'll absolutely love it. That being said, everybody have a fantastic day and peace out.